Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt.
It's Rebecca. Get it right, Karen. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JBuck Studios, your home for reviews, reactions, and ridiculousness. And we're jumping over to Netflix for a little bit early of a review. I believe that this movie comes out on Netflix October 21st, and it's an adaptation of a very old book, or novel that is, and it's called Rebecca. A young newlywed arrives at her husband's imposing family estate and finds herself battling the shadow of his first wife, Rebecca, whose legacy lives on. So is this new adaptation of Rebecca a must-see, wonderful mystery romance type movie? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you thought of Rebecca if you've already seen this one, or I guess read the novel, or seen the Hitchcock adaptation way back in the day. Now let's get into some of the good. So yes, like I said, Rebecca is based on, or it's coming from a source material of a very old novel. I believe it's 1938, a novel by the same name. And then Alfred Hitchcock also did an adaptation to screen way back in the day. I think it's 1940, who knows exactly. But yes, this movie is essentially a remake coming from director Ben Wheatley, who also, I think he did 2016's Free Fire and a few other high-rise movie with Tom Hiddleston. So this guy is no stranger to essentially bringing in style and his own flair to these movies and whatnot. And I think that that was the biggest thing that really worked for me in Rebecca. Obviously, it's coming back from, you know, this gothic mystery kind of novel from the 30s and whatnot. But the style, the aesthetic, the atmosphere, the costuming, everything in this Rebecca movie made me feel like it was believable. It was taking place at this time, and I very much loved it. It's not like, I guess it's a period piece, but like when in my mind a period piece is, you know, the 1800s or before then, but this is very much a period piece taking place on the English coast, or the English countryside rather. I really enjoyed what was set up here because I'm kind of a sucker for period pieces, but the aesthetic, what they did, obviously I think it really worked. It sets the mood, it makes it stand out from other things that you have seen, especially when we get back to the English countryside mansion. Essentially, it is a wonderful look at this giant mansion of bringing, you know, that the style, the aesthetic, the decor essentially from that time. So I think that that really worked and really set the mood, the tone, everything in this Rebecca movie. But then Lily James as the main character here is absolutely delightful. She is perfect. Like, not only does she give that kind of cute performance, you know, very much bubbly and bright that we're used to in other previous films from her, but she also gives a range of emotion. She is the leading lady, the main character in this movie, and I think that she does a great job of leading us through this essentially romance, thriller, mystery type movie. And she is, like I said, just absolutely delightful, turning in a performance that, again, I don't think it's going to be award worthy or anything, but she is by far a notch above everyone else in this movie. And that was the thing that really drew me in and kept me centered, was watching her navigate through this story. However, getting into the negatives of Rebecca, like I said, it is this adaptation of a source material that I guess has been done or remade or brought to the screen a couple times previously. So the source material is solid, from what I've heard, from what I've experienced, I guess. And the thing is, I'm assuming that on a page, on the paper, this comes off as wonderful. But the way that this story is structured, from the script and the way that the story plays out, it is very messy, clunky. It doesn't entirely get its claws into you and brings you along on a ride. Like I said, it's featuring romance, thriller, mystery, some well acting and whatnot, but it just doesn't draw you in. Unfortunately, it weaves through this path of just set piece after set piece after conflict after set piece, and it's supposed to draw you in. The mystery of this is supposed to draw you in and keep you intrigued until the very end where there's reveals. However, it doesn't do that. It loses its tone, its vibe, its personality essentially, because when it is revealing certain things, you can telegraph it from before the reveal. So when there is a reveal or someone says something upsetting someone else, you already knew that it was going to happen. So I think that the thing is, it's set up, but the execution is not there. Essentially, the punchline or the payoff is not there to make this a memorable or intriguing, interesting story. And not to be nitpicky or anything, but Armie Hammer is the other lead in this and whatnot. Lily James, wonderful. Armie Hammer is iffy, yeah, at best, along with some of the other people in this, where the chemistry amongst the characters almost feels a little bit forced. Like, when I was watching this, I was like, oh, this is kind of like a romance movie, almost not 50 Shades because it's not filthy, but I kind of feel that, like, Great Gatsby, you know, out in that time setting and this lovely couple, and I never fully believed that they were truly in love here. And as the movie plays out as well, I feel like some of the character choices that this character makes feels very kind of, there's no build-up, or it doesn't seem like this character is set in a certain way. He doesn't have a personality. He's almost like, okay, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna do this. Basically what the script is asking him to do, which you're supposed to follow. It just doesn't feel like the character was fitting with the choices that he was making throughout this movie, along with a handful of other side characters and characters that pop up throughout this. It just feels like whatever the script told them to do, they did without really any meaning or purpose behind it. Overall, Rebecca is a page-to-screen adaptation that unfortunately misses the mark. With it again featuring a wonderful aesthetic from the clothing, the environment, the atmosphere, and everything in this time setting, and Lily James being absolutely wonderful. I missed the chef's kiss there. Absolutely wonderful in this film. However, with the story that leads you on this kind of messy journey with payoffs that don't seem like they carry that much weight, and Armie Hammer along with a few other cast members just kind of going along with the flow, I'm right on the line of you should watch this one or skip out on it. Again, it's an adaptation of a novel from, I think, the 30s and whatnot. I believe that there's other better interpretations of this one. They tried their best. Lily James reels you in, but unfortunately there isn't much substance in this Rebecca remake. In closing, I'm going to give Rebecca 2.7 out of 5 spots of tea. So what did you think of Rebecca? If you've already seen this one, or very much now looking forward to it, or even seen the old adaptation, I believe from Alfred Hitchcock, I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there or right over there, you know, brand new content every single week here on the JBuck Studios channel. I'm not entirely sure what's coming the next couple days, so you know what you should do? Follow my social media down there, like this video, subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel, and until next time, we'll see you later.